Okay, alright, yeah, so, this video here is about Sean Combs, P Diddy, right? Pause, no Diddy. Yeah, that's where that saying comes from now. If you haven't seen the video yet, you probably live underneath a rock and, you don't use the internet at all, because the video is pretty easy to find out there. Sean Combs over here beating up his girlfriend, so, broad daylight in like a hotel, right? Oh yeah, and so all of this happened in March of 2016, which is insane because that means that P Diddy has enough pull and power to scare these hotel people or like the person who owns this establishment here. He scared them into not releasing this footage out into the public and or charging him with domestic violence and assault on his girlfriend, which he rightfully deserves, of course, and hopefully she's using this in court, suing him or no, she already sued him and he already knew that he was in the wrong, so he just paid her the money. Everybody just seemed to forget about it. And then, both of his houses, like his Miami and his Los Angeles house, also got raided too, like a couple months earlier. And then now this video here surfaced up after almost 10 years of this footage never seeing the light of day of him wearing a bathrobe, running down the hallway, running after his girlfriend and beating her up. This was in broad daylight too. It was daylight outside when this happened. We're now just seeing this footage here, which is insane. Now let's move on to the other part of the video here. This statement came out of so statement on alleged video involving Sean Combs. Alleged video. I am a huge fan of that wording. We are aware of the video that has been circulating online, allegedly depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be able to charge as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline whereas the crime assault can be prosecuted. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anybody who has been a victim or witnessed a crime to report it to law enforcement, to reach out to our Office for Support from Bureau of Victim Services. Basically what that means is that they're not going to charge Diddy at all with anything of what he did in that video, so they're not going to pursue a criminal case against him, even though that he should be put underneath the bridge after watching that video. Which did you watch it yet? This is a statement from the Revolt company that he started, I guess, or or he's like the CEO maybe, or no, he's like a former chairman of Revolt here. So we are deeply saddened and disturbed by the recent video circulating of our former chairman Sean Diddy Combs. Even with his recent separation from Revolt, okay, so he was already separated from them. Okay, so alright, yeah, so basically this is just Revolt saying that, hey, we side with the victim and we stand against any form of type of abuse. So basically this is just a PR move just to make themselves look good and separate themselves from Diddy. Yeah, so that's all that the news that had occurred today. Let's just keep it real. Are we truly surprised that P Diddy was beating up his girl behind closed doors? Actually, we have no idea what happened behind closed doors because there was no cameras. This time there was actually like a camera involved, but yet still the footage, it came out 10 years later, now today. P Diddy, yeah, he's kind of a scumbag and deserves to be buried underneath the prison. Oh yeah, and just a little bit of a side note here. I saw that Fresh and Fit, they did a live stream with Wes Watson and shit, and some other red pill people, and I do remember that Wes Watson, right? It was the day that the news had broken out that Homeland Security was raiding Diddy's houses, right? And Diddy was in Miami. Wes Watson met up with him and shit, right? And he was taking selfies with him, he was taking videos with him and everything, they were just smiling and just having a gay old time together. You know what I'm saying? That was a double entendre. Yeah, and then Wes was completely quiet about watching that video on the Fresh and Fit podcast stream. There's also that video out there of Wes Watson too, also beating up his first wife. So there's also that. So him and Diddy are allegedly a best friends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just making shit up at this point. Why did I say that? YouTube, that was all fiction. I'm just writing a fan fiction of Sean Combs and Wes Watson having gay sex. That's gonna be my next book, YouTube. That none of that is real, and yeah, nothing that I'm saying right now is real. This is all just AI images. Everything that you see is just AI. Even the whole internet, just everything that you see on the internet is just AI generated, and you should kill your